Hello viewers, welcome to TradeFlock. Today we have with us Ganesh Naik, who's the HR of eBikeGo. Ganesh has been awarded the 10 Best HR Leaders in India 2022 by TradeFlock. We congratulate him on being one of the select 10. And in today's video, we will discuss with him about his strategies, achievements, and what plans he has for his future. So welcome to the conversation, Ganesh, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Ganesh, before we jump into your details about the HR roles and functionalities, we would like to know a little bit about your educational and professional background. How did you start the HR journey?
Okay, so I am a postgraduate in business management. I have also got MBA in HR, and I have done my leadership development program from INSEAD, France. So currently, I am also pursuing a Power MBA program, which has got affiliation with Harvard University. So I am going to get certification from them, which I'll be completing very soon. This is about my educational background. As far as my professional background is concerned, I have worked with various companies, multinational companies like Siemens, Lafarge, SL Propack, Crompton Greaves, and so on and so forth. So approximately after working for approximately 20 odd years, in 2014, I started my own company called as staunch. And since 2014 onwards, we have been serving various types of organizations, whether it is startup, whether it is small scale, whether it is medium scale. So we have served around 50 companies. Currently, I am also in an individual capacity associated with eBikeGo as their CHRO, and also occupy advising the various companies at their strategic management level and the board of director level. So this has been my journey so far.
Okay, that's nice. So when you have so much on your plate, how do you manage your work schedule, and what is very specific about eBikeGo and its work culture that attracted you towards this organization?
I think, yes, you said it right. There are so many things on my plate, and it is all about managing people. Business is about managing people, how you manage people, how you influence, how you delegate your responsibilities, and that is what I did. During my professional career, as well as when I started my own company, the key focus was on how I delegate, how do I ensure that the work is understood by the entire team members, all the team members, and that is how I have been always successful. eBikeGo was a startup, when I started. So I was the fifth employee. When I started with this company, it was a small startup, and it's grown big today. And the journey was very interesting. Same thing, we developed, we hired various team members, ensured that they understand our vision, brought them along, developed them. And I think as far as eBikeGo is concerned, the most important thing is about sustainability. I think we are into electric vehicle business. Okay. And whatever we are trying to do, it is all about how do we support the environment, sustainability. And that is what attracted me to eBikeGo as well.
That's nice. So what are some of the unique skills that actually have made you a HR leader? If you could just take us through the kind of technical and non-technical expertise that you hold.
Yeah, see, during my career, I got an opportunity to run a business also. So when I was with Lafarge, I ran a business of around 600 crores. And that actually gave me an opportunity to handle each vertical in the business, whether it was operations, whether it was marketing, whether it was sales, whether it was quality. So that gave me a complete understanding of the entire gamut of business. So that has helped me tremendously, as a HR leader. Because when we talk about being successful as HR, it is very important that you are closely associated with business and you understand the business in and out, and then only you can support as a business partner to your business. You can actually help employees to get developed, and I would say that is one of my unique skills. So I understand business very well. That has helped me to be successful.
That's nice. So, how good it is? It is better understanding a business or better understanding people that makes a good HR.
I think without understanding, I think it is two sides of one coin. You know, you understand people, but you do not understand business, it is again a problem. And if you understand business and if you do not understand people, it is again a problem. So I think it is two sides of one coin, and both are equally important.
That's nice. So, in this journey, like you mentioned, you were highly influenced, and the kind of experience you have had in Larsen and Toubro helped you a lot. So, is there any person that has influenced you the most to being an HR, or is there any book or personality who has inspired you so much?
Yes, definitely. See, during my stint in Siemens, I there was one director called as Mr. Anil Nadkarni, and he has influenced me a lot. He was a people's man, but when it comes to results, he was very autocratic. He was result oriented, and he was ensuring that the results are achieved. But at the same time, when it came to people, he showed a high level of empathy, and because of that, he was very successful. And in my formative years, during my career, I saw that as a trait which inspired me a lot. I felt that yes, this is what I want to be. So he was kind of my role model. And this is when I got an opportunity to jump into business, to run the business when I was with Lafarge, I took it in the first go, because I knew that I need to manage both things, just like I always looked at Anil Nadkarni.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what kind of an impact that has on you? And another question, why did you select to be an HR?
See, the impact which, Mr. Nadkarni was always like ensuring that the organization is his family. When it comes to organization, he gave people as his first preference, and then business. Of course, business and people are two sides of one coin. But when it came to people, he gave first preference to people. And I think that was very, very, a great learning for me. And that influenced me a lot. As far as HR is concerned, I always, like, why I came into HR, I always like to work with people, work related to people. When my father was actually, he was working in an organization, and I used to see that the union involvements and things like that. And so I always felt that, no, I need to be somebody who will be handling the union. I have that capability. So when I got a chance, I actually selected HR as my vertical. And yes, I am very successful, I would say, today.
That's nice. That's nice. So obviously, becoming successful has so many things. Something coming from the family, something coming from the fraternity, something coming from the workplace family. But still, there are certain traits and values which make a leader. What do you think are certain traits and values that you follow as an HR leader, which helps you to be the champion of the work, the process?
I think the most important value for me is honesty and integrity. What I mean to say is that whatever I do or whatever we do has to be done with honesty and integrity. So we are taking salary from the organization. So we are supposed to deliver what we are hired for. So whatever we do for the organization, and that same holds in the personal life as well. So whatever we do for the organization, we have to do it honestly, with a great integrity, and we have to do justice to every work that we carry on. That is what I would say is the most important aspect for me as far as values are concerned.
Okay, so if you could talk about the traits that you have as an HR that helps you lead the entire pack.
I think the traits are, one is the business acumen. I think I am a good administrator. So I can manage the teams very well. And these two are the key traits, I would say, which helps me.
Yes. Okay. But since the past few years, especially since the pandemic has hit us and the work model has completely changed. And many people believe that the hybrid work model is going to be the future work model, or we can say we have started living that model right now. Do you think that this pandemic has impacted the entire talent acquisition sphere? And if so, what are some of the changes that you witness and how do you address them?
Yes, it has definitely had a major impact on the workforce, And when it comes to talent acquisition and also managing the existing employee, it has become a challenge in a way that people have somehow tested work from home. Earlier it was just a myth. So after working from home, people have realized that yes, it is really possible to manage a lot of things from remotely. So now when we are looking for people, when we are hiring people, many of the people have an upfront demand that we want a better combination of work from home as well as work from office. We do not want a complete work from office. In fact, people ask whether do you have a policy on work from home, whether there will be a flexibility, whether the organization will show a flexibility, and so on and so forth. And believe you me, there are so many instances wherein people have turned down our offer because at some point of time we were not very comfortable offering work from home, like committing work from home. But I think that has been the challenge even with the existing workforce. After they have been at home and now people say that so many things can be managed. Organization can also save a lot of overheads, so why don't you consider that? It has been it's a huge challenge managing that. Yes, and we are working on it in such a way that we have we have created certain policies for the organizations wherein we are showing a lot of flexibility on work from home. And yes, we are trying to manage the fine balance between work from home as well as work from office.
Yes. So when you say balance, truly balancing the act of work from home and work from office and any other function requires technology today. And a couple of years back, HR, when we started doing work from home, I think the HR department was the hardest hit because not many HRs were well versed with technology. But then with time, video conferencing, using AI tools for interviews and screening people have become a norm. What kind of technologies do you use in your daily life at eBikeGo? And how do you ensure that these technologies actually help you to bring the best of the results for the organization, whether it is talent acquisition, talent retention, you can say career growth path, learning path of these employees?
Yeah. So I think as far as the interaction is concerned, we are using the same tools like which most of the industry is using, that is Google Meet and Zoom. So I would say all of our employees are now well versed with both these tools, whether it is Google Meet or Zoom. As far as tracking the deliverables, we are using a tool called as Zoho Projects, and that is helping us a lot because everybody's deliverable is mapped in that. And that way we are able to keep a tab on how many people, like what type of hours people have spent, whether people have really worked, whether they have completed their tasks or no, and so on and so forth. So that has been very helpful. And that also helps us to track their working hours. So we have kept it very simple. We have not, we did not want to complicate things for employees. So just two simple things. One is when you talk about interaction, we prefer a lot of video calling. That is our preferred option. And the second one is tracking their work and the assignments through Zoho Projects. So these are our two major tools which we are using to ensure that people are on the job. They are also understanding, people are not stuck, because when we use Zoho Project as a tool, it also tells us that where are the roadblocks, where people are stuck. And immediately their department heads or their supervisors can track and decide what action to be taken, and so on and so forth. Apart from that, apart from the technology, we have also brought in a lot of discipline in terms of, it is very difficult to manage work remotely because in office everybody is around, and during work from home, it becomes difficult because there is no discipline. So we have also brought in discipline in terms of our processes as to how people will interact with each other, what will be the timings, how they will do it. We have somehow now learned very well how to manage our calendars, which was not the case earlier, because when you are in office you can just meet face to face, go across, meet. But now our entire workforce has understood the importance of managing calendars and also respecting others' timelines, and people set calendars. So I think these are from the technology front, these are the tools which are helping us to manage this situation very effectively.
That's nice. So you said you manage, or you are very well acquainted with both sides of the coin, whether it is business side of the business and people side of the business. Looking into both these aspects, there is one policy which the government has proposed and several of the countries have already implemented, is 4 days work week. What is your thought on this 4-day work week? Is it productive? How is it going to impact the entire business sector? And do you see this lasting for a longer period of time? Because employees will be happy, they just have to work 4 days. But what about the employers?
See, I would say that whatever policies we come out with, we need to look at it from the business perspective. So, for example, our business is actually 24/7 business. Like for example, we are into logistics. We are also supplying bikes, electric vehicles. It's a 24/7 business. So we need to really review how this 4 days a week policy will impact our cost. End of the day, we have to ensure that whatever we are doing it in a profitable manner, right? So I would say these are all the very the related issues of the type of business we are running into. It's a very good concept. Theoretically speaking, people say that you work for 4 days and you dedicate yourself to those work days and that's it. But at ground level, that is not the case. Maybe we'll have to deploy some more employees, to manage the other days. Suppose if the people are working 4 days, so to balance the labor hours which are required to be deployed, we may have to look for additional manpower, and everything has got impact on cost. So their government cannot be rigid as far as the 4 days a week is concerned. There has to be a flexibility, and they also need to look at it from the business point of view.
That's true. Okay, this could be one of the challenges, or I can say one of the forthcoming challenges for the businesses or even the HRs. But what, according to you, are some of the challenges which are already there for 2022 and you need to resolve them? What could be some of the strategies that you are making on ground to nullify those challenges?
I think the most important challenge, as we discussed earlier, is about work-life balance. People look for a balanced work and life kind of a situation as part of their contract, I would say. So this is challenge number one. Challenge number two is the uncertainty, which actually which is caused by this pandemic, and every now and then there is a lockdown, there is no lockdown, there is lockdown, there is no lockdown, and it brings in a lot of uncertainty with people. So what actions as eBikeGo we are actually putting in place is, number one, we are giving a lot of we are actually carrying out a lot of communication with our employees. It is important that they know what organization is doing, what is happening in the organization, so there is no uncertainty. They know where organization stands. So we have, as far as this challenge is concerned, we have improved our communication significantly. With up to the level, up to the operators, up to the technicians down the line. So I think the better communication, effective communication is challenge number one. Challenge number two is about giving them an environment of safety. This pandemic has taught us that how fast this disease can spread. And if employees have comfort that organization is taking care of us, like for example, we have medical insurance policies for the organization, which was not there earlier. We have medical insurance policies. We are also very we are I would say forthcoming as far as keeping the work from home, like activating the work from home for the people. If there are any symptoms, we make sure that these people immediately go home and they do not stay there. So like that. So I think these are the major challenges for the HR fraternity at this point of time. Also create policies. The world is changing now. As I told you, people are asking for more work-life balance kind of a situation. So creating those policies, creating those salary packages which balances both. People are asking for a lot of infrastructure at home. They are also saying that it is very difficult to manage at home. Some people stay in a very small house where there are multiple people, so and so forth. Like in some of the families I know, employee families, they are on a video call. Besides them, there are kids are on the school video calls. The husband or the wife is on the other call. So it becomes challenging. And so how do we ensure that they get that comfort, that we understand the situation, and creating policies, supporting with that kind of an environment. Some people request that please do not make it mandatory to keep our video on, during the conversation or during the meeting. And we understand that. We understand all this. So this is where there are challenges and we are actually working on those.
That's nice. That's nice. And I think eBikeGo under your leadership will actually frame better policies for the employees.
Yes.
So Ganesh, moving to the next question. Continuous growth is paramount, whether it is for the employees at the entry level or whether it is for the leaders like you. How do you keep yourself abreast and ensure your continual growth is not hampered or hindered?
I am a very firm believer of the saying that learning never stops. And in the beginning of this conversation, I also told you that I am currently pursuing. So I pursued 3 courses in my career earlier already. And I'm pursuing my Power MBA now at this stage in my career, because I know that learning never stops. And the Power MBA which I am pursuing currently gives me global exposure. It has got affiliation with Harvard University, and that is going to add a significant value. And it is focused on the recent trends in the market, the new concepts, the challenges in the market. So I believe that everybody should focus on these things and continuously learn. Every opportunity we must try and learn. And that is what I am doing at this stage. Also, I felt that it is important that I need to sharpen my axe, and I decided to enroll, which I'll be finishing very soon.
That's nice. That's true. Learning should never stop. And obviously, when you have so many years of experience, there would be certain points which make you so proud, certain moments where you would have felt like, yes, I've achieved something in my life. Could you just tell about some of those achievements and the awards that you have won in your professional career?
Yes. So basically, when I actually took the job of running the business of 600 crores, I had many apprehensions in my mind, although I knew that I am well qualified, I have got a very great business acumen, but I was not sure that how easy it will be. But I ran it successfully. I ran it very, very successfully. Everybody appreciated. I took that business to next level. Similarly, when I started my own company, and I started serving various companies, whether it was small scale, middle scale, and the assignments were from all different quarters, and even those, I would say, we could come out with flying color. And so these were the major achievements. Apart from this, I have won the leadership award in Lafarge, for the best leader. So that was, and there are many more. Like I have been facilitated to various intervals, but I would say, if you ask me the snapshot, these 3 were the milestones in my career.
That's nice. And TradeFlock wishes you more success and hope you win more awards.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. And Ganesh, before we close, could you just talk about your future plans that you have?
Yes. I think number 1 priority for me is somehow make eBikeGo successful. And I think that is what is my ambition, making eBikeGo successful, because the vision of eBikeGo matches with my vision, which is sustainability. So because end of the day, now it is not about money, it is about purpose. For me, it is about purpose. So what we are going to leave for our children is key for me. And eBikeGo and we both are working in the similar direction, and that's why making eBikeGo successful is very important. Besides that, I would be also supporting various startups, because I have got such a vast experience now of building the businesses from scratch. So in future, I would love to support various startups, small businesses. I know their challenges, so I can help them. I can, guide them as to how and what they should do to take their businesses to next level. Especially, there is a lot of focus on startups today. As you know, Government of India is putting a lot of focus on startups, and it is a need of the country, because entrepreneurship is very, very key. That is going to generate business, that is going to generate employment, and I have that as a purpose in front of me. So I am going to dedicate my life towards this purpose, and I am actually working on it.
Okay, so I can see that this is one of your vision. And what would be your advice to the emerging HR leaders? Do you also want them to follow this startup community and help them generate more employment and revenue for the country? And if you have any other kind of advice for them?
I think the most important advice which I would like to give to all the professionals, I would say, is when you are doing a job, you do that job as if that is your company. You have invested money from your pocket. I always encourage people not to work with an employee mentality. What is important is entrepreneurship, whether it be any job, any assignment that you are into. The entrepreneurial mentality is very, very key. Some people look at job as 9-to-5 jobs. That is also okay, as long as you are happy with that, that is also okay. But I would always encourage people to look at every job that if it is your company, you have invested money in that company, it is your business, it is your family business. Think from that way. And when you think from that perspective, it gives you immense power to make right decisions and do the justice on the job. So that would be my biggest advice to all my fellows, colleagues, and the community.
Great piece of advice. And truly, if employees actually believe that they are not an employee but the employer or the owner of the organization, we could be more productive. And thank you very much, Ganesh, for your time, and we had a very insightful conversation today.
Thank you so much for this honor and the opportunity. Thank you so much to TradeFlock and you, Anand. Thank you.
Thank you.